this just really pisses me off. This is all YouTube apparently because it keeps kicking on and off. I don't even know if I'm on. It shows me live, but it says I'm offline, so yeah, it's crazy. Watch this nonsense. Yeah, I know I'm on now, but I'm look offline, but I'm actually online. So I have no idea. Let me mute this. I'm not going to transition anymore. YouTube says I'm offline, so we're just going to go with what we got here. I guess this is crazy. I don't know why I was doing this. Yeah, it's just like my camera's off now. Okay, so I'm not going to transition anymore, y'all. I am on the main screen that I wanted to do all my stuff on, though. So we're going to try. It's crazy. Still have questions about streaming? Check out this fact. Okay. Well, so let's just get started on what I was going to talk about because I'm running out of time screwing around with YouTube. We're 20 minutes in. Oh my gosh, sorry about that, y'all. So Jeff Moss on Twitter shared this one with me the other day, and I guess we're going to have to be careful. Hopefully I won't go dead when I click this thing on this. This is about hand sanitizer, and if you go back on my videos to about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, actually, I did a really old video where I made a joke about jokingly did a polish your knob video talking about germs on door handles, and apparently a company decided to make one of those, and hopefully we won't go dead, y'all.
We're currently in the longest flu season we've seen in more than a decade.
And as you know, washing your hands is always the best way to prevent germs from spreading. But now a local company is taking that a step further, taking it to the next level when it comes to door handles.
Yeah, Jay Jarvis is in the newsroom this morning to explain. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. If you're not able to get to a sink, hand sanitizer is your next best option, especially if you're going to touch one of these. A door handle, desk, keyboards, faucet handles are all among the places that are the germiest and collect the most germs. So that hand sanitizer should contain at least 60% alcohol, according to the CDC. Sanitizers with that percentage of alcohol or higher are more effective at killing germs. Now, Open Clean Technologies based in Chardon are introducing what they call the world's first hand sanitizing door handles. This is how it works. A cartridge is put in the center of a hollow door handle, and whenever that paddle on the cartridge is pushed, it releases the sanitizer. The company says the device can be used with existing door handles or can replace them, and encourages people to use sanitizer regularly by putting it somewhere they can't avoid. Open Clean says the rate of people using hand sanitizer.
Okay, let's look at that. That has got to be the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. So it says you can be used with existing door handles. Now, I'm sure, and I said the dumbest, smartest thing ever, because this is the smartest thing ever on the part of the creator, because he's, number one, selling the product, number two, selling the refills for it. Obviously, they're going to have to be a certain size. So when he got his little seed round funding from his corporate investors or whatever, he was like, there's millions and millions of door handles. This is a perfect market opportunity. Blah, blah, blah. And apparently some hospitals are falling for it. But look at that, and then look at this, this one. You can't see it close up, but it's the actual pull handle. It looks like a big pull handle on a push door, to tell you the truth. and I guess the cartridge goes down in it. So it's the smartest, dumbest idea because number one, it's smart for this guy that came up with this, who's able to foolishly convince people to purchase this thing. It's the dumbest idea ever because number one, look at what she's standing on in high heels. High heels. Right? A tile floor. Do you really think that sanitizer squirting out is going to land perfectly in their hand every time? No. It's going to like squirt out on the floor. Somebody's going to slip and fall. They're going to get sued and they're going to take them all off. Number two, on the outside handle, we'll go back to this. Still says I'm offline. I'm really offline now. Oh my God. I'm definitely online. Jesus! Even YouTube's, both of the screens on YouTube saying. Anyway, so yeah, number two, it's going to squirt and get on the door. What is alcohol? Repeated amounts of alcohol, gooey, do on door finishes. And especially on that first picture they showed it being a wooden frame. Yeah, that ain't going to last. That's going to tear up the door. And that's why it's the stupidest idea ever. So anyway, that is that on the hand sanitizer door handles. Smartest, stupidest idea ever. Let's see what else is going on in my little thing here. They were talking about this earlier in the chat. Rune and Tyler were talking about this. This Bloody Mary that I posted on Twitter yesterday. This is my neighbors over here, Barrel House. They just started doing these today, and I talked to the bartender yesterday. He came down to get some keys made, and hopefully I will get one accidentally brought over here. That's a good meal in itself. Look at that bacon and a little mini cheeseburger and sausage and cheese. And hey, Brian, good morning. We've had some technical issues this morning. Fried pickles and oh my God, it's a meal in itself. So that's it. At the very beginning of this video, that's what Tyler and Rune were talking about because I posted that on Twitter. And it related to that. It made us hungry for crawfish last night. So I told this little crawfish right before I broke his tail off and sucked all the guts out of his head that he would be internet somewhat famous. Need to review it on the West. Need to review it on the channel. I'm just view on YouTube. Okay, yeah, so that screen shows me. Oh my God, YouTube is so screwy. I can't even get to my live watch page now. I have no clue. Just have no clue. The Bloody Mary live review, yeah. And so, oh my goodness, that's crazy. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I can't even get to my live control room on YouTube now. So yeah, we had crawfish and shrimps last night just because that Bloody Mary made us hungry for something like that. Yesterday, or the day before that, what was it? I had a sergeant that I couldn't pick, and I didn't really. Right, that's not the right thing. Boy, I'm sucking today. That's coming up. Yeah, that sergeant I ran across the other day in a hospital full of nurses who were sitting there watching me. You know, can't get in my office. And it unfortunately was right on the edge. They had built out a shelf, like the doors here, the doors there, and they had built a shelf out. So the handle literally was right there. under the door tool for the win and got it open. Of course, you still have to pick them. Would not pick even when I took it out to the truck. It's just standard Sergeant lock. But fortunately, you can take Sergeant locks apart. It's very similar to Schlage A-series locks that you can disassemble the whole chassis. However, the Sergeant cylinder is held with a clip. So once you pull out the little doodad that holds onto that clip, you can take a screwdriver and basically pry sideways, and the clip will break out of its little retainer ring. And then you can just push it and pull the lever off and shim it. That was even hard to shim. It took me forever just to shim the dang thing, just because it was never used. They had never had a key for it. And yeah, it was that short, medium, high, or deep, I guess. Shallow, medium, deep, and then shallow, shallow, and then deep again. Yeah, it wasn't picking, so I ended up just taking it off and taking the lock apart. They suck. Luckily, it was a lever handle so that I could get it open. I'm kind of hampered a little bit here because, you know, I'm still having to always go back and check. I see, you know, presumably we're still on here, so I'm just going to pretend like we're on. If I'm not, I guess I'll just be talking to myself for a while. In my last video, who was it? And I actually just watched a video this morning when I woke up. I don't subscribe to him, but it came up in my video list, the bald guy locksmith on YouTube. And he did a video somewhat recently. I don't know when. It just for some reason popped up, even though I've never really watched his videos, about how to start your home-based locksmith business. And I saw somebody had asked me in one of my previous videos, and I'd missed the comment about paperwork on rental properties. What paperwork do you have to have? You have to have paperwork to go get into a COS, have a good one, house. And yes, you have to have proof with you, because at any given time neighbors could, this kind of goes back on like all my vacant videos and all that, and I've had police called on me. I actually just went to a house to recce that was a vacant, except it was a triplex. So those are always a little more sketchy, because triplexes, you know, you don't know if they're best friends or BFFs with whoever you're there to change the locks on, if there's stuff's in there. So long story short, the paperwork, you do have to have a paperwork. Most of the time it's dispatched through, like we get email paperwork, so we would reference the email. Ours is a little bit different situation than most other areas, because we're, number one, we're really good friends with a lot of police in Precinct 4. We've got 4 precincts, and I actually know a lot of other officers. We've just been doing it for so long, and they've always come in here to get keys, and I'm friends with several of the commanders, so it's not really a big a deal for me as it is anybody else. For that reason, and for the reason that our police resources have kind of crashed really bad. I'm leading into this with a post. I'll let you go ahead and start reading it while I'm talking about it. So this was posted by, why don't you swing that Range Rover wide? Almost hit my car. So this guy is like a kind of a person who does live videos and talks about stuff in Jackson primarily. And he posted this the other day. He's like a public figure type, you know, independent news type person. But he really, this has been known for a long time, but he literally put it into words and posted it on Facebook just for it to be out there. And so you can basically see that our police resources have kind of crashed with very few officers. This goes back to me, you know, having trouble with police. It seems we don't really have trouble with police. Number one, because our resources are so screwed up with police, and this is the second part of that, they're very, very much not worried about the guy in the white van that has numbers on the side of his van breaking into that's always what it's called, breaking into a empty house. When they come out, even if I don't have paperwork, I'll have an email or I'll have a text, or I can say, here's my card, blah, blah, blah. If you need to verify anything, just let me know and I'll text a friend of mine. But if you're not in that same situation, you are not friendly with your police department, which it pays to be friendly with your local police department, you would definitely need email, your paperwork. I don't know if you get it faxed or if you get it emailed. And whoever you're working for on vacants like that have good. I forgot to mention that a lot of people are like, I'm not going by myself to a vacant. The volume that we do, and I've explained that in other vacant videos, we don't meet. Like this one over here, I did meet him because of the problem with the neighbor that we had prior 6 months ago. But for the most part, I just go do it. And if I need something, I'll call either one of the guys that handles the stuff. So, of course, in almost all situations, when you can, you want to have them there with you. In my case, when I'm there by myself doing it, we still live, guys? Somebody post something, because y'all haven't posted in a minute. And I don't know, so. I'm just going to bring you. Okay, William posted. So, okay, we're there. I know I've probably, I can't tell who's on. I can't even tell how many people's on. So, yes, for those of you who are going out, always try to have the person meet you there. But when you get to the point where you're doing so many of them, and if it's safe or whatever, and you do get the police called on you, simply show them your business card. Most departments are going to understand that, okay, this is a locksmith, blah, 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 whatever. He's got locksmith tools. So, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But on our side, yes, because of this little police issue, it's been pretty rough lately. We're getting kind of dangerous up in the hood, and that's not, we've always been kind of dangerous, but only 7 thumbs up. I gave up 20 minutes into this when it kept restarting, so this is a crap number 10 live stream. We're just going to rush through it because I'm really worried that we're going to break out again. And off of that, that's local troubles, whatever. We'll figure it out one day, or Jackson will go up in flames. So, yeah, Mississippi, I know y'all are a lot of national. Mississippi does not get good press outside of Mississippi, period. So Mississippi is a kind of a world all in its own. A lot of southern areas, it's definitely southern, and guys over in Alabama and Louisiana who may be watching this, and Atlanta, which I think Tyler's somewhere over in Georgia. We're all kind of similar, but we all are very uniquely different, I guess you could say. So it's just, I don't know. Hey, Torch. 11 thumbs up. Yes, y'all hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs down. It doesn't matter, apparently, unless you get a bunch of thumbs down. So, let's see, what else have I not covered? Oh, 'tis the season. Speaking of nice weather, we're going to go over a very important thing right now. Yellow stripy things. Yes, yellow stripy things. Yes. I've already been attacked by A, B, C, D, E, stupid red paper wasp, and haven't had any yellow jackets yet. But it's very important to know your wasps. So I ran across this on Facebook the other day, and it is the season. They're out and about. So when you're doing houses or anything, if like somebody's like, oh, I hadn't opened that door in a year, well, there's going to be wasp above it, and spiders. Ugh. Oh, it's a hate. I've always joked that I do a spider surcharge, and I was at a house the other day opening a bar door from the inside, and she opened the wood door, and they never go out the door because they never had a key to get out the bar door. Fire code alert. But still, there are spiders everywhere, and I was like, you have any spider spray? And she came out with a spray and sprayed the whole thing down with the broom. So she did not incur the spider surcharge. And I always say, yeah, no, she took care of it. But yellow stripy things, yes, I've been attacked. I had one land on my leg while I was doing a vacant yesterday, and it just looked up at me like, what's up? It was a red, bright red, angry wasp. And, yeah. Yes, I just picked up 2 cans of wasp spray. And that leads me also into stupid fleas. Here in the South, once we get into about July, and I go into these vacant houses that have dogs or whatever, fleas are the worst. You look down and your white socks are speckled black, and you go running out, it's funny. Like, I've had a couple of those instances where I came running out the house and started throwing my shoes and socks everywhere, and there were like 2 black ladies across the street, and they were just laughing. They were hanging out on the porch, and they just started laughing because the white boys come running out and taking his clothes off. I mean, they were all over me. And Adam's flea spray is expensive as hell. We actually have collars for our dogs, but that leads me to the fleas. I don't want to contaminate my dogs with fleas, even though we buy them the Seresto collars every year. Yes, fleas are a huge problem, so I always get back to the shop and decontaminate, take all my clothes, put them in a plastic bag, and throw them in a freezer for a week. It's supposed to kill them, so just seal them up and suffocate and freeze them to death. So yellow stripy things, yes, take care of the honeybees, y'all. I feel really bad about this now, but back when I was in like 4th and 5th grade, back when kids were allowed to go outside and do what they wanted to do and explore, we used to catch the honeybees floating around in the little clover and unsting them and then have like honeybee fights. Please don't report me to PETA. But yes, now I know, don't kill honeybees. And it's funny because on Nextdoor, I've talked about Nextdoor, it's an app, a neighborhood app. Somebody was like, please let us know if you see the swarm of bees. They're swarming, and we went to get them, and they swarmed off. And I'm sitting here thinking, great, there's a swarm of bees somewhere around Highland Village, which is right over there. I don't know if they ever got that swarm under control or not. So yes, yellow stripy things. Watch out for the yellow stripy things. I always carry yellow stripy thing killer in my truck. Very good idea to do. Let us take a look at this. I was going back to this picture. The cylinders, those are just cylinders in my truck. I don't know what I don't know why I took a picture of that. Oh, I know why I took, so I know what I needed to order and what I didn't need to order. And if I flip the camera around, I'm going to zoom it. I'm going to flip it very carefully around here. And we can see on my table out there, I've actually got all my other random cylinders out on the table. And I was actually going to, if this broadcast would have been better, I would have, look, y'all. I showed this on Twitter too. It's my clock. Wayne sent me that. Thanks, Wayne. But, so it's all my other cylinders that are supposed to be put in up so that I can get them, and I just have not gotten back around to that. I was going to, oops. Wait. Okay, one. And that's what I'll be doing this afternoon, is finally getting those under control. That's where all of those actually were all crammed in there. I'm going to catch up on comments for a minute here just to see what's going on before we switch off of that. And this is all LSDA. I like LSDA cylinders really more than any of the other ones, or Ilco. I've never been fond of, we see the there's a GMS one right there, and GMS does have their own good cylinders, but for the most part we get LSDA cylinders. Very rarely have problems with them, and I just kind of like them better than any others. I don't know why, but I just do. But there's nothing wrong with Ilco or the other cylinders. And straighten my camera up. Lastly, this topic came up. I can't remember who brought this topic up. What was it? Oh, well, I've got this one prepared. Let's try this. This was on a vacant kind of recently. And speaking of vacants, there we go. Let me move over here. Yeah, let me move over here. That's about a minute video, so switching out a this will give me a chance to catch up on comments. It's a window. It's a quick set deadbolt on a window. Morning, Bill. Morning, Securitech. I keep saying Securitech because there's a company named Securitech here. Sorry, Securitech. William, I can answer that question. It is the, well, one you can use. I've actually answered this. This is a LSDA. LSDA 32, William, will work absolutely perfectly for a 5-pin M1. And it works even great for offshore, which are mostly what you say. LSDA 32. So anyway, yes, do y'all have windows like that around? Obviously, it's way crazy against fire code, but, and they are a pain, pain to deal with, for sure. But all in all, it's just a quick set deadbolt. The biggest pain is literally dealing with it laying on your head. And I don't know, William, going back to that master padlock William asked about it, I don't know if there actually is a 5-pin master padlock. I've asked my suppliers, a couple of them, about them, and they have no idea, so. Do not show it to the camera. Yeah, I'm not a professional with this. I showed it wrong. Oh, for, yeah, okay. Gotcha. Lastly, well, you told me not to show it. This I ran across on Facebook, and it's in Spanish. Ooh, let me turn that down.
Lo que sucedió hoy en mi oficina 11 de la mañana. Pusieron este imán, lo pusieron mucho más arriba.
It's in Spanish, but you get the idea. Apparently, I don't know if he set this up or what, but it's a magnet, and apparently, from the gist of it, he opened the door, and the magnet flips around, and when you close the door, it stops. Number one, if a criminal was going to do that, and I think he was alluding to the fact that somebody, you could put it up high, and then the door would close, and then somebody could come in on you because it's propped open like that. And it could happen, but that's an expensive little toy. Magnets like that are, you can get them cheap, but I don't know, I guess because I've got higher price magnets like that. I just saw the video and I was like, hey, I got a magnet just like that. So yes, I guess that is a security concern wherever that person was. Weird. So that's a M4 keyway. William's asking about the Chinese locks with the M1 keyway, but that's what we've always used, and since we order from Acme, obviously it's a ID and Acme number. M4, I don't know about an M4. Master's such a pain in the butt to deal with all the way around. They come up with these stupid keys. There's actually a reverse M1 too that a lot of cheapy locks are coming with. and I hadn't figured it. There isn't actually an M1 reverse key. K2, maybe? I don't know. But one of the cheapy, really, really cheapy locks, they've got it out there now. It's pretty much like the reverse of an M1. And I have not been successful finding a true master brand 5-pin M1, whatever it is, M15, or the reverse of it. And I was actually down at our hardware store, and he had taken a picture of one and was asking me what they are. Yale G8 or GB is both available in Yale and in Jet and Ilco. Ilcos, I think, are probably going to come nickel plated. We only sell the GAs and GBs in nickel silver. Better quality, and almost always Jet, because Yale is so incredibly expensive. Before we discovered it was the LSDA 32s that would work just fine for 5-pin, we did some pretty horrible jobs cutting M1s back. It will just barely work, but it puts it right up to the thing. So, whatever. Like we all know how master is, right? I was going to also do another video, but I'm not going to, because I don't. It's in a different whole scene. Oh, okay. Last funny question. This popped up again on Twitter. I'm just a big Twitter person. Who knows? And I'm going to give you all a second to answer this without Googling it. Who knows, if you watch The Matrix, who knows what kind of key he was cutting in Matrix 2 when they went in to the key dude, the little Oriental guy that was cutting keys. Yeah, what kind of key blank was it? Do y'all know offhand? First person to answer wins, I don't know, something. A box or something. Nope, not Yale. Good try. I don't know if you're actually gonna win something. Not wrestling. Good try. I'm ready to be done with this stupid life. I hate YouTube. Not master. The question was, in Matrix Revolutions, the second one, what key was he cutting when they came in to see him? The little Oriental guy in the room full of keys, which I really want to recreate. You know how hard that was? Unless it was all CGI. But if you actually set that up, it'd be hard to set up. Crazy hard to set up. Yeah, what key was he cutting when they came in? I don't know if this was within our group of people. I guess it was that I saw it on Twitter, but we've had a few guesses. We've had Yale, Y1 Master, Medica Master, 6000B, Chubb. No. She's like, Pete got it. Pete got it with Schleg. What did you guess? You guessed. That's cheating. That's cheating. The way this live is going, I will, I'll get monetization hit for this. One of the most iconic scenes for locksmiths everywhere. What was that? What was that? It was a Schleg, and it looks like a SC1, so Pete wins with the guess from Schleg. Congratulations, Pete. You won something. Not sure what yet, but you won something. Honestly, lucky guess. I knew it was a lucky guess because everybody else had guessed all the other ones. What is that from? That is from Matrix Revolutions, Part 2. Best movies ever. But who made that? Key Machine. That is a good one. I tried figuring that out because I have the exact same dial as that. I'm actually going to leave that up. Or, this is an old, I don't know what this, I never figured out what this one is. But honestly, that is pretty dang close, isn't it? I mean, that's pretty dang close compared to all the other ones. Ilko's was smooth. You got, of course, HPC, blue. Framing down there is just a plain wing. Well, both framings. So, whatever this machine is, I mean, that's a freaking close enough match. Dominion. Yeah, shh, don't tell anybody. I'm still under movie contract. Hey.
Back.
What you got?
Need to keep it to this income.
89, shit. GMC.
Okay. Gonna run about $60 or so.
60. Alright.
I can have it after about an hour.
Alright.
Oh yeah. How about you lost one of the keys?
Sorry, guys. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Yes, that's, now y'all know if that ever comes up again. Now y'all know what sorry. Ain't this some kind of bullshit? Guess what I get to do after this live is over, y'all? Lord, I ain't done one of them in a minute. Ain't done one of them in a few minutes. That is a GM 85 standard GM 6-cut pull that I will be able to use my awesomely awesome never gonna get rid of Curtis number 14 clipper. A video, y'all, another video. The only bad thing about taking apart columns when they're not attached to a car, yes, we used to have that so much. They go down to pull apart because their column gets messed up or something. That one doesn't look in great shape, so they go down to a pull apart place, and get a column and no keys. So, I should do a change my screenshot on this stupid video. Yeah, there's no way to hold it. There's no real way to like keep it from moving around when you have to pull the damn everything out. But I'll do a video on it, so that'll be a video that I can work on this weekend, I guess. We're getting on up there in time too. Sorry again, guys, about all that problem that we had in the beginning. According to YouTube, I'm totally offline and I'm not able to do live videos. It's the weirdest dang thing ever. Whew. And other than that, thanks for sticking with me and dealing with all that. Don't let it drive you mad. I'm going to catch up a little bit on comments before we take off. Mile High Lock Dock, I did not get a chance to say hi. USPS guy. And just catch up on the last few comments. For those of you who have joined in, sorry about all the thing. If you are going to replay the video, honestly, just skip to, I don't even know how it's going to upload, honestly, or if it's going to upload. So if it doesn't, it doesn't. If not, it doesn't. It does. I don't know. But skip ahead 20 minutes in the thing. It kind of reminds me of going back to that key machine. Looks like a Nilco type machine. So yeah. Oh me. And Access joined in earlier, and everybody was kind of laughing about the steering column there. So Master Blanks. Okay. Yeah, I'll do a video on it. The last Jeep, the last one, and actually, those are great videos. And just to finish off this whole live, because it is 12 o'clock and it's been an hour, even though we got screwed up in the beginning. One of my most popular videos was a Jeep, pulling a Jeep, but it was the same as a GM. Some Jeeps back in the 80s used the same exact thing as this. So you could like take a GM column, put it on a Jeep. And that actually has always been one of my top videos, as far as raking in views, as far as people disliking it and commenting about how horrible it was, because that was before I had GoPros and lighting and any freaking clue whatsoever how to edit videos or anything. So it was all shaky and I was like holding the camera and all this other stuff. It was a horrible video as far as quality, but it got the point across, and that's always been one of my number one videos. So bad light, bad camera, and everybody. It was funny. So yeah, I'll do that. That'll be hopefully it'll be a good video that in a year from now will rake up some views, if I can get a good grasp on it. I used to have a counter over here long ago when we did this often. We had this whole wall was totally different. It was all my machines were on this wall, and we actually had a rig set up on the end of it to come in and mount so that it would stay there, because we did this so much. And pulling GMs are easy. The hardest part nowadays, easy if you've done it a lot, but the hardest part now is all that plastic and stuff. You gotta be pulling off stuff and pulling things out. And it's 85, so it's 30 years old. So that plastic gets brittle. That's always the biggest problem with tearing down things. So y'all stay tuned for that one. LPP's got to run. I hope your cat's doing better, LPP. And good luck with your finishing up moving. Peter, thanks for the encouragement, even though minor problems. Yes, make sure and hit that thumbs up or thumbs down if it sucked to you, which I'm going to go thumbs dumb it myself. Thumbs dumb it. I'm going to thumbs down it myself. In the meantime, since I told that dude this will be ready in an hour, y'all know exactly what I'll be doing over the next hour. Getting hands dirty. So I'm going to get some rubber gloves before I do that, because that thing's nasty as heck. I hope y'all all have a great weekend. Again, sorry about all the problems. According to YouTube, this never happened. So I don't know if it's going to have a future or not. If not, we'll just fondly remember it, right? Y'all have a great weekend. I hope y'all get to spend some off time on your Sunday or whatever the case is, or whenever you can find some off time. Hopefully I will have some, but with it being pretty outside and the grass has been growing wildly, I will most likely be both editing videos and cutting the frickin' yard tomorrow. Trying to get my lawnmower to work too. So anyway, y'all have a great day. No tryout keys. I've got tryout keys for that right here, which I could try my tryout keys. No wait, that's not them. Actually, I have some tryout keys right there. It's only like 20, but tryout keys, you know what? They never freaking work. I'd rather just yank the wheel and do it for the video, right? There's no fun doing a video just trying keys. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll catch you next video that hopefully is much better quality than this. And I'm going to send a very angry letter to YouTube now. Y'all have a great weekend, day. We'll catch you next video.